The magical mysteries of matchmaking in Ark Raiders. It's been pretty much unknown to all players since the game has ever officially launched, and even beforehand in the tech test. Was it the combat power? Is it the way that you act? Well, apparently a dev has confirmed that they do analyze behavior and match accordingly. We could see right here as to the reasons why you're going into aggressive PvP games may well be, well, you're an aggressive PvP player. We're going to talk about it based on an article broken down by PC Gamer in today's video. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Check out our incredible sponsor, GamerSupps, the company that offer esports athletes and gamers alike with the most effective and healthy energy drink option. We've now got our own tinned alternative, so click the link in the description and use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. And we saw your comments from the previous video, and with the way that we do these giveaways, we're now going to give extra clarification on them. They're now going to have pinned messages such as this one right here, and if you join our Discord server, we now have a giveaway announcement sector where we'll be announcing the winners inside of there. We've been giving them away for weeks now, but if we need to give that clarification, then rightly so. So make sure you head down into the comments and put in a fire emoji, because we're going to set this place on fire with new Raider tokens. With that being said, let's dive into the game and see what's happening with Ark Raiders. So, does your bloodlust have any consequences inside of Ark Raiders? Now, apparently, according to this article here on PC Gamer, your bloodlust does have consequences in Ark Raiders, as a dev confirms that they do analyze behavior and match accordingly. Now, based on this article right here, one of the biggest mysteries in Ark Raiders, even preceding its full release, is the matchmaking and how it actually works. Now, back when the tech tests had originally came out, we obviously had a talk about gear-based matchmaking. The higher level gear that you had when you went in, you went against other people who had higher level gear that they went win with, therefore meaning a lot more aggression with it because people want to keep all of their top end loot. But as of recent, apparently the community have actually decided that Ark Raiders has a different kind of matchmaking. Now, in this article right here, as you can see, they state that I've dubbed it aggression based matchmaking, and it's a phenomenon that players have noticed for quite some time now, where those who don't engage in PvP get put into chill lobbies, whereas players who shoot on sight get placed into super aggressive lobbies. Now, this is a really weird matchmaking system if that genuinely is the case, but we already know that Embark Studios do utilize AI within their service, and they actually use it for the voice mechanics, but nothing states that they don't analyze the way that you play and then accordingly match you with other players that play similar to the way that you do. Now, the person actually doing this article genuinely stated that they first noted this a few weeks ago. For the most part, they'd been playing very chill in solo lobbies, just going in for loot or even teaming up with strangers to take down bigger arcs. It was a great experience, and the sense of camaraderie here was unmatched. But then, one fateful day, I decided to shoot someone in a solo lobby. I ended up killing them, and my fate was sealed. From there on out, everything changed. I'd got shot in the back of the head before I even clocked another raider. Gone were the team-ups of old. I couldn't even talk to anyone, as the whole lobby was just shoot on sight. Now, based on my experience, this does seem like a little bit of a dramatic version of it. You don't just shoot somebody one time and all of a sudden be in this absolutely ridiculous PvP riddled lobby, or at least I don't seem to think that. Now, it's really interesting because apparently, according to what they're saying, you should be able to actually reverse it. Before we get into that though, I'm intrigued. Are you guys experiencing the same thing? Do you guys not shoot anybody and therefore notice that you're in easier lobbies, or kinder lobbies if you want to call it that? Now, the article writer states that in their experience, they could very well be anecdotal, but this alone doesn't prove anything. After around 15 matches of refusing to shoot anyone and filling out the survey at the end to say that I didn't enjoy the PvP, I finally found the nice lobbies again. I haven't shot anyone since, and so far it's been keeping me with the collaborative raiders who rarely engage in PvP. Now, that is absolutely mental, and I'm actually going to be testing that out later on this week to see if that genuinely is the case. I do engage in the PvP very frequently because, well, it's a PvPvE game, and the shooting aspect seems to be something that happens quite often, right? And this is a conversation that's been going on around the community for quite some time, as they clearly state right here that an Ark Raider YouTuber goes by the name of Dommy actually uploaded a video investigating the truth of matchmaking and comparing a PvP account versus a PvE account, and found the behavior in these accounts so drastically different. So it's really intriguing to know whether that's actually systematically the case. Now, there was actually something that was genuinely stated by an Embark Studios developer, though, which is extremely interesting when you think about it. As they go on to state right here that if that was all that was said on the subject, I still wouldn't go as far as to confirm the existence of aggression-based matchmaking. But now that we seem to have a strong suggestion from Robert, who is the art director over at Embark, that this is the case, apparently, quote-unquote, matchmaking is quite complex. So we do analyze behavior and match accordingly. Now, they wouldn't say anything else on the subject when they were talking to PC Gamers director Tim Clark and even Latty, but the subject of matchmaking has kept quiet for most of Arc Raiders' life thus far. The only thing that has been shared officially on the subject is that gear-based matchmaking isn't being used, although many players aren't even convinced of that. It does seem that when you go in with a higher loadout, you generally go in against people who are a lot more aggressive, as they've got higher loadouts and they want to keep hold of those things. Now, he finalizes this article by stating, I doubt we'll ever get a lengthy confirmation of exactly what goes into Arc Raiders' matchmaking system, but if Samelin is to be believed, it sounds like a good idea to start being nice to one another inside of Arc Raiders. You never know where it could land you. Now, it's really, really odd as a lot of people experience a lot of different things when it comes to this game, and how it is that you actually play the game generally does incorporate a lot of different change to how it is that this all plays out inside of the matchmaking. For me personally, I find if I go in with high level gear, I generally go against people who are a lot more aggressive. If I go in with low level gear, don't get me wrong, they're still aggressive, but there's just a lot of kettles and a lot of free loadouts. It's generally what I come across at. So there has to be some sort of collaborative matchmaking system that leans not only into the way that you behave and the way that this aggression-based matchmaking actually works, but the way that the combat system actually works as well in terms of what it is that you've got. I don't ever see anybody with a Tempest or even with a Hull Cracker when I go into a game to go and do something PvE related. Nobody has that if I've gone in with a free loadout. Again, maybe that's just my personal opinion and what I've personally experienced, but the reason why I'm making this video is to get the community conversation going. I want all of you guys to hit the comments section and let me know your opinions on this and how it is that you've experienced the game in terms of matchmaking so far. There's also been a lot of talks around the servers and all of that sort of stuff with turning off crossplay because PC are more prominent and console are more prominent, and I've just kind of found that it is what it is with that. Players are players, regardless of the platform that they're actually playing on. It does seem to be a little bit harder than most when you start leaning into how the matchmaking system genuinely works. It's a really intriguing topic to me, and I want to try and dive a little bit deeper into it. We're going to see if we can get some of the developers to actually make comment on it over the next week. If we do, you may see an update to this video, but it's not probably likely to get it from the horse's mouth. I think this right here, actually having a statement from the art director himself, could well be the closest that we ever get to it. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you reckon they've got it on the nail? Are we aggression-based, or are we combat point-based, or are we just based on absolutely nothing at all? Skill-based? You know, there's loads of different ways of running this. I'll be intrigued to see exactly how it plays out. Nonetheless, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. We're not doing the top comments today because we are obviously aware that most of the comments in the previous video were revolving around the giveaways. Hopefully, what we've done to actually enhance that has addressed a load of your guys' issues, and we can get back to just talking about the game and making that the key focus. My apologies for not making it as public previously, but there are a load of winners that have been winning those giveaways, and they will continue to, so make sure that you stay tuned and keep an eye on the pinned comments and on the Discord server. We'll be publicly announcing them. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe with post notifications turned on. I appreciate your faces, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.